Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
I gotta tell you, here's my thing. I love Charles Oakley to death. Do you understand? He back in the heyday when the Knicks didn't matter in the Eastern Conference in their wars against the Bulls. I loved Oak. You understand? And right as much as I love Patrick Ewing, believe it or not. You understand? Because he was the guy that did the dirty work. You understand?
Exactly.
He was the man that you know what I'm saying, diving for balls, getting the tough rebounds, you know, making those type of plays and keeping the Knicks, you know, alive and, you know, in contention and in games for that matter. Do you understand? So, again, I can't praise him enough. I can't talk about my love for the man. However, this is where I play a little bit of devil's advocate, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So you can come at me always. I'm ready tonight. You understand? However, I think that one thing I want to say is the fact that could this have been handled differently in regards to Oakley? Okay, and I'm speaking of his reaction. Could that have been handled a lot differently? I dare say yes. You know, I do understand. You know, you were being harassed. It's not the first time you've been at the Garden at games, and it's not the first time that, you know, allegedly, supposedly, security has been detailed by James Dolan, to follow you around. It's harassment. There's no doubt about that. There's no question. However, could we have handled this a little bit differently? I got to say yes. I've looked at this tape many times today, you know, and trust and believe me, I am no fan of Jim Dolan. I hate James Dolan with a passion. Hate him.
Yeah.
I just wish that my man Oak could have handled it differently because, you know, I looked at, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's another videotape that I didn't see with a different angle, but from what I saw, yeah, the security, that one guy had his hands on him, but was it in a really threatening manner like that? I got to say no. I got to be honest and say no. You know, I don't think so. I think it was as a jest.
No, I agree with you on that. I think you're absolutely right. But my issue wasn't with security. They're doing their job, whether we agree with the job that they're doing or not.
Right.
And I don't think that they had intentions for this to go the way it went. I think they were put in a very difficult position by Dolan. And that's what I have the problem with. Could Oakley have handled it better? I think in retrospect, when we look back on it, you know, we've all been in situations where, you know, we walk away from it and we say, you know what, maybe I didn't handle it the best way. But security and Oakley were put in a bad position by Dolan. And that's the issue that I have. And so what I saw was what you saw. I saw the guy put his hand on Oak's shoulder, and it wasn't it wasn't hard or anything like that. But I think that from Oakley's standpoint, he wasn't trying to hear anything at that point because what they were to him were just the goons sent by Dolan. And so he responded to them not as individuals. He responded to them as employees of Dolan. And that's what I think why he became more demonstrative is because they were just there working for Dolan, and so his anger was really at Dolan. And by pushing them, I'm sure that if he could have done it all over again, he would have and been able to remove that emotional piece out of it, the Dolan part of it, he would not have touched those men. And I'm sure that deep down inside, any rational person, and I think he is, probably regrets that. Nobody wants to look like that, but I think in the heat of the moment, he lashed out at them because he couldn't get to Dolan. And they were there in his face, and all he could see is red.
Yes.
And I think that's what happened. So I agree with you because, I've been in situations where you feel violated by some so-called authority, and you respond to it, and then when you look back on it, you say, well, maybe I didn't handle it the best way. But in that moment, I did what I did because I was filled with rage and emotion. And I think this is a man who was just filled with rage and emotion, who's been dealing with this for too long, and Dolan was the person that he was really angry with.
Yes. Well said. I agree. Hey, listen, David, I got another caller with their hand up. We're going to bring this brother in.
Yeah.
Last four digits is 3704. Welcome to Inner Pain. Please introduce yourself. Where you calling from?
This is Holip from Brooklyn.
What's going on, Brother Holip?
What's up, man?
What's up,
all right?
Peace, Holip.
Peace.
All right. I'm going to give you the floor, Mr. Holip. I mean, I know you have quite a few things to say on this. So, it's yours.
Well, first, and I'm kind of going to put you on blast here for a little bit. If that was R. Jones, R. Jones would have reacted even worse than Charles Oakley. Sitting up there listening to R. Jones, I'm like, wait a minute. Who's talking on the phone right now?
Holip, you fail to realize he is a politician.
Oh, okay. This is the political Jones. I got you.
Yeah, this is the political Jones. Exactly.
Well, let's keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100 right now.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're sitting down watching the game and not doing anything, because first of all, let me just say for the record, I don't believe a damn thing that the Garden officials and Dolan are saying. Because if Oakley was acting up, how come the tape only starts when the guys surround him? Where's the tape of him acting up?
Because there is
It's a lie. It's a lie. So what they did was he was sitting down watching the game, and then some goons come around and say, hey, you got to leave. Now, first of all, once you put your hand on me, it's in a threatening way, period. There's no reason for you to be putting your hands on me. Like you said, it could have been done differently, but not by Oakley. What one security guard could have did was went to Oakley's seat, sat down to him or asked him to come and talk to him for a second and say, listen, Dolan wants you gone. That's what the situation is. I didn't want to bring a bunch of guards here and cause a scene, but I just want you to know what's going on. So what you could do is come out. We'll go out into the thing, and then we can talk about it, discuss it, and see what's actually going on. It could have been handled by the guards differently.
In your opinion, not by Oakley.
No, because when somebody – see, my thing is I never judge somebody. If somebody does like I always use this as an example. If you slap me in my face and I break your jaw, you wouldn't have got your jaw broken if you didn't slap me.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
We always want to forget what caused the reaction and then want to jump on the reaction. It was the cause was those guys surrounded. And Oakley is, listen, we all know who Oakley is. Oakley was always the enforcer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a legit tough guy. So you come surrounding him on some aggressive stuff, things are going to go to exactly the way that they did. It's not like you don't know who you're dealing with. We the only people that know Charles Oakley. You would figure people that work at Madison Square Garden who've been around him and know about him would know his personality and know how to deal with things. And also, like, I've had friends who have done security. So I know a lot about strategies and tactics because everybody thinks that just because you're a big dude that you just go around throwing people around. a lot of security stuff is psychological.
Yes,
yep.
It is.
You deter situations. Like if there's a fight going on, you can come in and kick everybody's ass. That's one way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What you could do is de-escalate the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
You know what I'm saying? So I know how like really good security people operate.
Right.
And how, just hired suits operate. And those guys operated like hired suits. And that's probably the reason why that guy got fired. I mean, it could be bitch-ass Dolan just, throwing the rock and hiding his hand. But it could also be that maybe he didn't want it to blow up. Because I can't imagine Jim Dolan wanted that to happen. That's not a good look.
No.
I'm going to dispute that when R gives me the mic.
You think he wanted that to happen, Mark? To go down publicly like that? Were you throwing Charles Oakley out of a Madison Square Garden?
That's his M.O. That's his M.O. R said he used to work with him. He yells at people. He's a real narcissistic clown bitch ass guy.
That is.
But is he stupid?
Yes. He has a gag on people that work for him. They can't talk to the media unless his PR people are around. This is known facts. You know right. I do my homework.
Well, that's kind of confirming my point, though. If he's doing that, isn't he concerned about his image? If he's silencing people and saying I'm putting a gag on her, you can't talk to this one in the media, that means that he's into his image.
Well, no, actually, it works. It works. Hold on, David. It works bad for him because you look at him. That's how stupid he is. You putting gag orders on people.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
No, let me finish so you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
If he does that, what is his motivation behind not letting them speak to the press?
He is when it comes, I don't know but he is stupid. This is something he does, Holip. That's something he does, Mark. He take for instance, he wanted Marcus Camby, and he's a very reactionary person. He wanted Marcus Camby and Latrell Sprewell to go through media training, and they were like, I'm not doing that. So he got up all in his feelings, and he traded them for kibbles and bits. And he's just really stupid. He wants to when he uses the media, it backfires on him. And this thing that happened is just totally inexcusable, totally stupid. If you look at, we've talked about the Knicks and how poorly they're run, and it starts with him. He dropped the ball on this one. He looks like a real ass clown now, worse than ever.
But all right, that's the part that I'm not getting, because what are you saying that it was his intentions to get some security guards, approach Oakley while he's sitting down, and escort him from the garden, and he did not? Because if he was that fucking stupid, then I don't even know what to say. You don't know how that's going to look?
It's him, Mark. It's him.
Well,
now,
you know what? Let me interject for a second, Brother Mac, for a minute. First of all, I just want to say one thing. I see you callers. Whenever you're ready to chime in, just please hit one on your dial pad. Getting back to this discussion and your 2 points, I understand where Holip is coming from, and I think I understand where you're coming from. Now, Mac, you might be a little bit incorrect on that aspect. I don't, you know what I'm saying? In the way that Mark was saying, the fact that he doesn't see him being that stupid and having this done. Now, again, I got to go back. Hold on.
No, I'm just laughing.
He is stupid. We know that. But I'm just saying. But like Holip said earlier, we don't know what happened before what we've seen that was videotaped. You understand?
Right. I agree with you.
I can take a calculated guess, though. If Oakley was acting up and being as disruptive as this guy claims he was, they would have the footage.
Right.
There's no footage. All the footage I see starts at the confrontation when the guys came to get him out of there. So it's bullshit.
Let me. I got something I want to say to refute that, and it's coming from what's this? This is the New York Post, which Dolan also controls. He spins the media to try to be in his favor. So Fred Kerber, this is what he said. Oakley, 53, also was heard to say Dolan in obvious reference to the Knicks owner, but the exact words were not clear. Come on. Really? Really? From that quote, that's some bullshit right there. That's some garden spin right there.
And then, well, you know what? To lend some credibility to what Mark is saying in terms of this guy being an asshole, the idiot bans Oakley from the Garden.
Right.
For life.
No, he said it's not for life. That's what he said. But he said, it's just for a while because he's concerned about the safety of the people and all of this bullshit.
All right, holla. The first report was that it was for life, and then he backtracked off of that. After they flamed him a little on social media, he backtracked off of that.
Yo, man, I got to just say something. Fuck Dolan. If this is not a wake-up call for Knicks fans, do not support this team. Don't support the MSG. Do not support the Knicks in any way, shape, form, or fashion if you really, really love the Knicks. This guy got to go, man. He got to go. And people talking that BS about, he ain't going nowhere. He's the owner. Bullshit. People said the same thing about Sterling. His ass is gone. You put enough pressure in the right places, and you can make shit happen.
Yep.
Hey, you're right.
I
just want to say, too.
Go ahead, Dave. I want to bring another call out when you finish.
About, if you're dealing with someone with a narcissistic personality. So when you're talking about image, they don't look at image from the same lens that we do.
Right.
So he's when he does these things, he doesn't view himself as looking foolish.
Yep.
So he's a narcissist is not thinking. They always see themselves in the better light, regardless of if the rest of the world. It's like you got people around you like the emperor's new clothes. So he's not going to look at it and say, "Well, damn, I look bad at this." Regardless of what everybody else is saying, he thinks that we're crazy and he's the right one. So I don't put it past him to not give a damn about the way that incident with Oakley looked on him. I think that what he did was he orchestrated this whole thing. He created this situation and had Oakley going out there with all these security guys and thinking that is going to put that nail in the final coffin to shut Oakley the hell up, and turned around, and what he did was he wound up empowering Oakley throughout everything I saw on TV and all the fan base and everybody. They're at the Rangers game chanting Oakley's name.
And they're doing it tonight again.
Exactly, they did it tonight again. So from his perspective, that narcissism kicks in so strongly that he's so blind to it. I mean, if he was so image conscious, I know you got to bring somebody in, but let me just say this. If he was so image conscious, have you heard his music? He don't give a damn about image because his music is terrible.